Ocho, it's being reported that Jake Paul made $92 million. That's 989 seconds of work. 6 rounds in which he got knocked out. Just over 16 minutes of actual fight time.
Joshua, big right hand. Jake misses. Logan's in the back going. Double jab misses from Joshua. Jake's moving well, but it's exhausting moving like that.
When you're the smaller guy, you might have technique or speed or fitness. AJ's going to have it all. And once Jake stopped running, it was obvious. Like, AJ was actually fitter than him as well because he could keep that pressure up for longer.
Good fight. Listen, respect to Jake. You know, he was a tough guy in there. Obviously, he moved a lot and made it difficult for AJ.
Come full steam ahead 100 mile an hour, or Jake would have moved around the ring at 100 mile an hour. There's 2 things I would have done.
Anthony Joshua dominates the fight and delivers a crushing 6th round knockout to stop Jake Paul at the Kaseya Center in Miami, ending the bout with pure power and experience. Shannon Sharpe reacted by highlighting the money Jake Paul reportedly made, saying he earned around $92 million in just 989 seconds of ring time. Sharpe broke it down by noting that 6 rounds came out to a little over 16 minutes, which meant Jake was making roughly $93,000 per second, over $5.5 million per minute, and close to $15 million per round, even in a fight that ended in a knockout.
Ocho, it's being reported that Jake Paul made $92 million. That's 989 seconds of work. 6 rounds in which he got knocked out. Just over 16 minutes of actual fight time. It breaks down in the ring to 989 seconds. $93,023 per second. $5,581,380 per minute, roughly $15 million per round.
As the final punch lands, the crowd erupts, making it clear that this night belongs to Joshua, who proves once again why he stands at the top of the boxing world.
I mean, I expected Jake to fight the way he fought.
Right.
You know, trying to stay away. You don't know if he's how long that's gonna last. You know, Joshua has something to say about that. So you don't know, but I'm not shocked, I'm not surprised.
Lennox Lewis said Jake Paul kept his hands down and looked like he was waiting for the knockout, which cost him the fight. He then added that Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua should happen next, but when asked who would win, Lewis laughed it off and said it was too soon to say.
Time, and you gotta realize, you know, Jake Paul had his hands down.
Yeah.
He was basically waiting for that knockout.
Absolutely. And where is the Tyson Fury Joshua fighting happening now?
Yeah, it should happen. I think it should happen.
Who wins it? Who wins it? The best.
Oh, don't ask me too soon. It's too soon for that, man.
Eddie Hearn also reacted to the fight, saying Jake Paul was tough and moved well, which made things difficult for Anthony Joshua early on. He admitted AJ looked a bit rusty after time out of the ring, but said he was impressed with Jake, especially for taking heavy shots that would have knocked most fighters out, particularly toward the end.
Good fight. Yeah. Good fight. Listen, respect to Jake. You know, he was a tough guy in there. Obviously, he moved a lot and made it difficult for AJ. And AJ's been out of the ring for a while. He's a bit rusty. It took him time to just get hold of him, but I was impressed with Jake. And listen, as I said to Nikisa, at the end of the day, he took shots that a lot of people would have got knocked out, clean out by, especially at the end, you know.
Nikisa Badarian reacted by saying Jake Paul was disappointed with the loss, but he reminded him to be proud of what he achieved. He said Jake proved to the world that he is a capable boxer who went the distance with an Olympic gold medalist and 2-time world champion who had been fresh and recovering for over 14 months.
I think he feels, you know, disappointed that he lost, but as I said to him, he should be very proud in what he won. And what he won was showing the world that he's a capable boxer who hung in there with a Olympic gold medalist, 2-time world champion, who's actually been recovering and being fresh for over 14 months. People are like, oh, he's rusty, he's been out of the ring.
Brendan Schaub shared a more detailed reaction, calling the fight super disappointing overall. He still gave credit to both fighters for stepping in and securing a huge payday, saying there's nothing wrong with getting the bag. Schaub made it clear he wasn't angry at either fighter, but admitted the matchup and performance left him with several unanswered questions.
I don't know, man. It was disappointing, super disappointing, super disappointing. Kudos to both those boys. Get your money, get your bag, boys. So I'm not mad at anybody. I think they both made like 90 mil. Get your bag. But I got some questions, right?
After the fight, Anthony Joshua explained that there were only 2 ways the bout could have gone. He said Jake Paul either would have come forward at full speed or moved around the ring non-stop. Joshua added that his own options were to shut Jake down aggressively or go on the back foot. When Jake chose to keep moving, Joshua decided to apply constant pressure. He finished by admitting there were many things he could have done better and said he's still looking to improve.
So there was 2 things that could have happened in the fight. Jake would have either come full steam ahead 100 mile an hour, or Jake would have moved around the ring at 100 mile an hour. There's 2 things I would have done. Tried to shut Jake down at 100 mile an hour, or I would have gone on the back foot. So Jake decided to move around the ring, and I decided to put the pressure on.
Ariel Helwani gave an honest reaction after the fight, saying he always expected Anthony Joshua to come out on top. He explained that he had picked Joshua every time he was asked before the bout, believing there was no real reason for AJ to lose. What surprised him wasn't the result, but the uncertainty of the fight's duration, admitting it could have ended in seconds or stretched deep into the rounds.
Being in the ring with Anderson Silva, who beat Tyron Woodley tonight, being in the ring in an arena that I would attend as a fan. I went to see Monday Night Raw at the Kaseya Center 2006. It's surreal. And then we'll get to the AJ post-fight interview in a moment. But you don't care about all that. I thought Anthony Joshua was going to win this fight. Anyone who asked me on the street...
Carl Froch also shared his take, saying Anthony Joshua looked a bit flat early on, using his jab and walking Jake Paul around the ring without really letting his right hand go. Froch felt AJ never got out of first gear, while Jake Paul was in full survival mode from the opening round all the way to the 6th.
A jab hits you or right hand hits you. And I think AJ was in a bit of a daze early on. Just walking him around, touching the jab on his shoulder, not really pulling the trigger on the right hand. Didn't look like he got out of first gear. Jake Paul was just on pure survival mode from round 1 right through to round 6.
Carl Froch also pointed out that while Jake Paul looked fit and had the energy to last the fight, fitness alone doesn't make someone a true professional boxer. He said Jake trains hard and lives like a pro in the gym, but being a professional fighter means earning your place by climbing the rankings, getting the right wins at the right time, and proving yourself through the system.
The sad thing is, I think if Jake Paul was fit enough and he had the energy and the engine, which he hasn't got, because he's not a professional athlete. You know, he goes in the gym every day and he trains and he's fit and he trains like a pro. But that don't make you a professional fighter. What makes you a professional fighter is building yourself up through the ranking system, earning your position in the professional sport, and, you know, proving yourself, climbing the rankings, getting the right wins at the right time.
Tony Sims, former trainer of Anthony Joshua, shared his reaction after watching the highlights and the knockout. He said that from everything he saw and read, Jake Paul appeared to be in survival mode for most of the fight. Sims added that the general expectation was for Anthony Joshua to end the bout much earlier, possibly in the 1st or 2nd round, which made the later stoppage a bit surprising to many.
I watched the highlights, yeah, I watched obviously the knockout and watched the highlights. From what I read, it just seemed like Jake Paul was in survival mode, and that's what I read. But obviously, we all expected AJ to knock him out in the 1st or 2nd round. So, listen.
Tony Sims added that it surprised everyone the fight lasted 6 rounds. He admitted he hadn't watched the full fight and was only going by what he had read, but explained that when a fighter is only in there to survive, holding and avoiding exchanges, it can sometimes be difficult to get a clean knockout. He also pointed out that in those situations, the fighter isn't trying to win rounds, just to last as long as possible.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a surprise to everyone that it went 6 rounds. As I say, I've not watched the fight, so I don't know. I'm only going on what I've read. But I don't know, sometimes if someone's only just in there to survive and hold, it does get difficult to try and put someone away. But obviously they're not there to win any rounds, so it's this difficult one.
Craig Richards explained that he chose not to watch the fight live in the early hours of the morning because he was fully focused on his training camp and needed to stay disciplined. The next day, while relaxing and having some free time, he decided to check the fight out of curiosity. After giving it a proper watch, Richards said he enjoyed what he saw and felt the fight was good, admitting he was pleasantly surprised by it.
I did, not at 5 in the morning because I had to stay focused in camp, but I was chilling in the daytime the next day and I had a bit of time and I thought, what can I watch? I thought, let me see if that's on. And I put it on, had a cheeky little watch of that. Yeah, it was good.
Former UFC 2 Division champion Daniel Cormier shared his reaction following Jake Paul's 6th round knockout loss to former 2-time unified heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua last Friday in Miami, Florida. While Cormier was not on commentary duty since the fight aired on Netflix, the longtime UFC color analyst still weighed in on the bout during a recent YouTube upload, offering his perspective on Paul's first defeat since 2023.
Fight starts, there's not much action. The announcers even said they thought Jake might have won the first round because he landed one punch. I'm thinking to myself, this is a nightmare.
Boxing fans inside the arena reacted with mixed emotions, with many calling it a funny fight rather than a true competitive matchup. Some laughed at the unusual pairing, while others enjoyed the spectacle but agreed it didn't feel like a serious elite-level boxing contest.
Did you think Jake Paul would win? Honestly, I don't know what I thought, but I just didn't expect for it to go down like that. That shit was like a joke almost. Like, that was just like funny. What should Jake Paul do next? Should he carry on fighting in professional boxing?
No, stick with YouTube. Quit boxing immediately and stick with YouTube.
If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more boxing news, reactions, and fight analysis, don't forget to like the video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us bring you more content like this. See you in the next one.